What's good, y'all? It's Tyler, and I got a great one for y'all today. So it's about that time again. Time to get a retwist, but we're gonna do it ourselves. It's our first self-retwist. Now, I know what y'all may be thinking. Tyler, didn't you just get a retwist 2 weeks ago? I actually pre-recorded that video a couple weeks before I posted it. So it's been about 5 weeks since I got my retwist. And when you have starter locks, in order to get them to mature, you need to retwist them more often than you would when they're actually mature. So that is why I'm retwisting them right now. I'm not gonna keep the intro too long. We're just gonna get straight into it. So let's go. So what you're gonna wanna do first is section off your hair so you can individually reach each lock and not have any in the way when you're trying to retwist. And the way I section off my hair, I don't like to do it in quarters like most people do. I'll do it by the layers going around my head and then tie it going up like this. So as you can see, there's one layer going all the way around. And when I'm done with this layer, I'll move up until I'm done with this side and do the same thing on the other side. Now you're gonna get a spray bottle and wet your hair and also make sure it's oiled. You wanna get it wet enough to where it's moisturized, but you don't want your hair to be dripping when you're doing this. One more thing I actually forgot that you need is some clips, and you'll see why in a second. Now, these locks are ready to get twisted, so I'll show you how to do it right now. So I use Jamaican Mango and Lime Locking Cream, and this is actually a very controversial product. Some people say it doesn't work for them. Some people say it does. I'm one of the people who it does work for, so I've continued to use it. I've been using it for over 2 years now, and I've never had any problems with it. So you wanna get about this much on your finger. You don't wanna use too much because it'll cause buildup that'll be very hard to get out of your hair in the long run. So all you're gonna do is apply it to the root and rub it in, and then just coil the hair around your finger until it's tight. And once you get it tight enough, you're gonna add your clip, and it should look like that. Now you can go in whichever direction you want. You can start from the back, start from the front. It doesn't really matter. I prefer to start from the front because that's how I've always done my hair. So that's what I'm gonna do. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you have parts that don't look as good as you want them to, you can get a rat tail comb and kind of even them out as if you were doing normal twists or braids. Now when I get to the back of my head and it's harder to see, I use this mirror. It's called the self-cut system. And not only does it help you cut hair, but it can also help you see the back of your hair when you're doing the style.
Oh, hell no, cause you had tweet.
Another alternative I found to the locking cream is a Shine and Jam Black Castor Oil Styler. This works very well and it's water-based, so it won't make your hair flake if that's what happens to you when you use this. So either one of these I'll use. Normally on the thicker ones, I'm gonna use this because I don't wanna put too much of this because I don't want it to clump up and leave residue and build up in my locks. So if I have a thicker one, like in the back, I'll use this on it. Now this is what it looks like after I did one section. Keep in mind, it's not perfect, the parts aren't perfect, but it's 2 in the morning and perfection is not the first thing on my mind, so we just getting it done. So now I'm gonna move to the next layer. Now sometimes you'll run into locks like this that are very thin, and if you keep retwisting these over time, they're just gonna fall out. So I'm gonna combine them. The way I do this is by taking them and 2 strand twisting them very tightly together. Then after I 2 strand twist them, I'm gonna get my crochet hook and crochet throughout the whole thing, but really focus on the end and the root so it can actually lock together. And then when you're done, you don't wanna crochet it too much because you still want to give it time to lock naturally so it has that natural look along with the rest of your locks. Now I'm done with the second layer, and now we're gonna move on to the third and final layer and finish the left side of my head. Now this is what it looks like when half of the hair is retwisted. and half of it is not. And now I'm gonna give y'all a time lapse of this side. Let's go.
Oh, you almost had it.
And now that I'm done taking the clips out, this is what it looks like. So now what I'm gonna do is get my oil mixture and apply it directly to my scalp, all over my head to keep it moisturized. And once you apply it to the scalp, you wanna rub it in, but try not to rub too hard because you don't wanna mess up.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because you don't want to mess up the roots of the retwist that you just spent so many hours doing. Now, when you do a retwist, you can also rope twist or 2-strand twist your locks together, but I chose not to do that this time. I just chose to keep them like this and just retwist down to the roots. And this is the final product. Well guys, with this video, 5 upload February has been completed. Thank you guys so much for the support as always. After I post this, I'm not just gonna go ghost again like I did before, like 3 times. This month was just a warm up to get me used to posting consistently on YouTube. And now I think I'm in that habit, I'm in that mode. So thank you guys again. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe and hit that bell so you can be notified when I post. Comment anything you want, any questions about hair, and share this video with a friend if you think they need to see it. With all that being said, I hope y'all have a fantastic day. Peace.
Well, boys, we hit the jackpot this time.